Hi guys, and welcome to today's task. In today's task, I'm going to give you just a house update and an inspection update on what's going on. If you've been following this project, you know that the framing is done, the electrical is done, and plumbing is done in this house, which means we are ready for what we call a four-way inspection. And on the four-way inspection, they come and inspect all of our framing to make sure that it is up to code. They come and inspect all of our electrical to make sure that it is installed properly. They inspect egress situations. And a big update on the house is that we put in egress windows, and in order to do that, they have to meet a standard that allows a child to crawl up the wall and out the window. The window has to be big enough for them to crawl out of, and it has to be at a certain height. If these standards are not met, it doesn't meet egress standards, which means you fail the inspection. These basement windows that we cut into place and ordered and put in all new, put these new window wells in, they meet egress standards. Some of the dimensions that have to be met, it has to be a minimum of 20 inches wide on the opening. It also has to have an overall area of over 5 square feet in the window for it to meet egress standards. Also, this window well is deeper than other window wells in the bedrooms because they have to be 36 inches out that way. That is part of egress standards. This window is in the main living area, and because it is not considered a bedroom, it only has to be 24 inches. So we went a smaller window well there, and actually here in this bedroom. Oh, Joel, hey, that doesn't meet egress standards. Well, it doesn't, but this window does, because that has the deeper window well, and this meets the 20-inch window opening and the 5 square foot opening when the window is open. It meets all egress standards. So this passes inspection. It was flawless. The inspector really liked it. He really liked the wiring that we have done in this house. If you notice, all of our wiring is 26 inches off the floor here. It's really uniform and nice. All of our grounds are tied together. All of our grounds are tied together in all of these boxes as well. And all of these blue boxes represent lights, except for this one. That is a smoke detector and carbon monoxide. Also, so is that one. And there's one in each bedroom in the entire house. Back to old sections of the house, that is a new can light that we put in, but that is a smoke detector that is going to go in the hallway because that's required by code. Smoke detector in the old bedroom as well, and in the other old bedroom. They have to be there for retrofit, and they all have to be linked together on constant power. So they do have battery also, but they will have constant power, which means they will run forever, for pretty much the life of this house now. That's new code, and they all have to be linked together. So there's three-way wire that's ran there, so that if one goes off, they all go off. It's part of the new code. If you look above our wire box, this is all closed in because I finally buttoned up all the wiring in the house. These are new wires, and each one of these represents some of the new wiring in the kitchen that we had to do. In order to meet today's codes in a kitchen, you can only have so much on one circuit. In the old kitchen, we had the refrigerator, the dishwasher, the disposal, the outlets, and the lights all on one breaker. That may have passed code when this house was built, but it will not pass code now, and because it's such an extensive remodel, we have to bring it up to today's code, which is this wire is actually going to be wired into a dishwasher. That box is for a disposal. Those are two separate circuits all by themselves. The outlets that you see are separate circuits for the kitchen itself as well, and all of the kitchen lights are on a separate circuit. There's 2 other circuits that are in the kitchen. That's ridiculous how many there are. That one right there by itself is for the refrigerator. It is on its own, and also the island outlet is on its own circuit. That's a big deal. That means that at least 6 almost of the breakers in my box are just for the kitchen alone. Some of these old wires take up some of that, and then 4 of these new wires take up the kitchen's new breakers. There's a lot of breakers running on there, but that is up to code, and it passed inspection. We did fail inspection in one place, and this is a bum deal. This is something I probably should have caught, but I just wasn't paying attention to it. It's nobody's fault but my own. It is this window right here. In any living area, which we are standing in, this is the master bedroom. In any living area, there has to be a secondary access out of the house other than the main door that you come through, which is called, you guessed it, an egress. And in my mind, I thought, oh, egress, all the basement windows, they meet that code. I've taken the time to study that, figure it out, we're good. Didn't even think about it in the bedroom. The other bedrooms meet egress code. This one does not. We actually got a fat fail on this because this window does not open wide enough. This window only opens to 15.5 inches and we need to go to 20, so we need to be in here somewhere for the opening of it. So we are ripping out this window and putting in a brand new one. So as you can tell, we actually have some of our trim and molding around this window that actually has to come off. It's really a little gut-wrenching for me to think about that. I think I can get away with just pulling this and the header off and reinstalling this window, but I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know. We'll find out when the window comes. So we're gonna halt any siding work on this window and this side of the house and get everything else done until we get the new window. But it is on its way, and it's just kind of one of those stupid taxes. It's one of those lessons I've learned. I know some people are probably thinking, man, those inspectors, they're just out to get you. They're really not. They're out looking out for the safety of me, possibly the homeowner of this, or whoever buys this, or any house. And they're just looking to make sure that you have an opportunity to be safely, I don't know, exiting the house, or so that wiring isn't bad. I mean, the last thing you want is to have a fire in your home because of bad wiring. The last thing you want is to have a home or roof collapse because of bad structural engineering. Or the last thing you want is to have somebody possibly trapped in the house and they can't get through a window when there's a fire. I mean, those are tragic things. The likelihood of them is really, really minimal, but in the event that it happens, I'm happy that somebody is out looking for the safety of it. So personally, I'm grateful that the inspector caught that. He was a really, really nice guy. That was the only thing in this house. So everything else is done up to code and passes, and we're good to move forward. This house has never-ending projects, and hopefully you guys are gonna come along for the ride for all of them, and you've enjoyed so far what we've done. Stick around for more. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And let's give a thumbs up, especially for that inspector who did a great job working through us and talking to us and just helping us understand a little bit about the safety and the rules that are in builders programs, so that nobody's just snipping something together and not running into too many issues. I'm really grateful for them. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you guys next time. Some of the standards that have to be, or it has to meet a 2.5, I think, no. Opening, or some of the dimensions, smoke detector in order to meet today's codes for the dishwasher, the disposal, and I know some people are going to be thinking, well, hey, those. So I'm really grateful that that engineer, and if you're happy that the house is coming along, sorry, that's stupid.